Here's an interview, extended one we did some time ago over email for Czech magazine Rock and Roll.
Nice.
We spoke extensively about the lyrics, and also I made a comment about Against the Wall. The song reminded me a bit of Barry Manilow, if you can remember, with all the proper compliments. Hell of a great track, my most favorite on the album. Starting, are we ready? Maybe?
Yeah.
Thanks. Let's start with the current European tour. So, how are you enjoying it so far? As I remember your great comment on the European audience, where you said European audience prefers to enjoy the whole albums instead of just singles.
Yeah, I think there's definitely more of an appreciation for the whole band's catalog rather than just stuff that's on the radio. You know, it's kind of been a trait for the European audiences for a long time. So it's you can almost play anything and they'll know it, rather than in the States where if you don't play something that's been on the radio, they're like, oh, I don't know what this is. Which is, it's just the way it is. It's not a criticism or a complaint. It's just that it's, it's nice to be able to play a much wider variety of songs here and have them be appreciated rather than just play stuff that's been radio stuff.
Yeah. Have you realized sort of some difference between the European countries? As in here, you play, this is really cool, you're playing two locations, which is very unusual, and let's say sometimes bands say in Germany it's also really tough because of the competition. So can you feel some difference between the European countries and the feedback?
I feel like the difference is mainly, the places we've been to a lot, for obvious reasons, we have better, turnouts there, better sized crowds and all that. Like we just came out of Holland and it was fantastic. Well, the Netherlands in general, it was fantastic, and we had an awesome show in Germany as well. But we've been to these places a lot, we've played there a lot, so it definitely pays off. But it varies place to place. But I feel like generally, the people that do turn up at the shows, they all want to be there. They know we're probably not going to be playing again next month, so they have to come and have a good time. We might not be back for another year or two, so I think that's part of it too. But, that's just what we're trying to do, is just build it. All over here, just keep coming back and trying to, gain more fans and get better crowds.
Absolutely. Could you present the two support bands which you're having tonight? First of all, Sons of Texas, and also LTNT, which you personally discovered and signed under your label, Cannon Riot. Which you became also a huge fan, so could you present these two lovely bands to us?
Sons of Texas is kind of, they Texas metal. I mean, it's pretty reminiscent of some Pantera type stuff.
Yeah.
Their album just came out last week.
Yeah.
So, and they're on Spine Farm, which is the same label as us. So, pretty great little band. I mean, great players. There's 5 of them, and then we've got LTNT, which is a 3-piece, and it's more of like a Melvin-esque kind of sound. It's sort of got elements of 70s rock with really sort of dirgy Seattle sound and stuff, which I think. But and then they'll have an EP coming out later this year. So I mean, it's kind of, I think it's definitely like it's nice to have a little bit of diversity on the bill. The Sons of Texas guys really are, I would say, probably the most fired up guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember right away Vinnie Paul's Hell Yeah band.
Yeah.
They really that Texas sound over there.
But yeah, similar kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But they're young too. We're getting old, so we get pretty tired. They're still young bucks.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Talking about the toughness on the tour, how do you handle these sort of tough schedules? Plus, it's really bad period of the year where I'm stuck personally in huge open space, and when somebody's sick, everybody's sick. So this is really bad time of changing temperatures and weather conditions. So how are you handling that and keeping yourself in good shape?
This has actually been quite nice.
Good.
The weather, it's I don't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be a lot colder actually, but like today's beautiful. So no one's gotten sick yet.
No, one has. So our merch guy got sick. And I'm starting to feel like I'm getting sick already from it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is great because we all live on the same.
So it begins. It's just a matter of
3 weeks to go, and then everyone just starts falling like dominoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just got to try and sleep when you can, try and rest up.
Yeah.
Try to stay away from the sick people if you can. Try hold it together. But I mean, all the air is just circulating, so
Exactly.
if one guy gets it, most guys get it. So it's just one of those things, man. You kind of only get used to it after a while. So just got to roll with it.
I remember talking to Icelandic band FM Belfast, and the singer, she was eating pieces of ginger like chips in order to protect themselves. So any of your personal tricks how to strengthen your immunity?
Cigarettes,
Vodka, whiskey.
Jameson.
Yeah.
You like Czech beer?
Yeah, the Pulse No Cows, actually, yeah. Dude, isn't it like the oldest brewery in the world?
No, not one of the, but sort of try to present it in that way. But the quality is top.
That's good, yeah.
Really, really good beer.
Actually, we should get around. I'm just kidding.
It's fun on me. What about some warm-ups during the tour as some voice protection, also strengthening muscles and really into a tough schedule? Nothing like that? Voice coaches, nothing like that? Lucky you.
he'll have a cigarette and a vodka drink. Let's get together.
Grounding then.
Right.
Yeah, I've never had to worry about that stuff. And so unless I get sick, then I drink ginger.
Cool. We had really cool talk, extensive talk about the lyrics and today's young generation and the frustrations of yours regarding this one. But I believe that when you come to a show and you see happy and fascinated crowd having fun, then probably all of these worries and frustrations go away, right?
Well, playing helps with that. To play shows helps you feel, like this. It's a good release and it's a cathartic experience, so you don't have to stay pissed off all the time. But yeah, I mean, with anything, that kind of statement from before was a generalization. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule. But in general, people are a bunch of fucking sheep that follow each other.
Yeah.
And that they tend to, I mean, there's no reason why a lot of artists are as popular as they are because everyone just fucking does the same thing. It gets shoved down their throats so they accept it for being good. I mean, honestly, some of the biggest artists in the world, and it's just because I don't think that there's some that are really great and you almost never hear about them. And he'll name some sort of obscure Icelandic bands and I'll name some South African bands or whatever. They're all great bands, you'll never hear about them because they don't have mass enough appeal. But then you have these pop productions that write songs for people that shove them down people's throats and I don't know, there's a lot of, auto-tune is a huge thing for the best singers in the world. I don't know, the whole thing's just bullshit. But as long as you tell people enough that they want to like it, then they will. So if you say rock is dead enough, then people start believing it. If you say Justin Bieber's awesome enough, then they'll start believing that too. For some reason.
Right. I would like to hear some of those Icelandic names. Seether, Seether, any of those?
Oh no, I'm just a big Sigur Rós fan.
Oh, Sigur Rós.
Yeah, that's like
post-rock scene.
One of my favorites. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd love to go see them in Iceland. It's kind of one of those bucket list things.
Yeah, and also going there as a tourist.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Just from what I've seen on TV and stuff.
I want to go. It's real cold.
I feel like you kind of should.
Sort of a strengthening journey, meditation journey.
Really
go through this
experience.
In the middle of winter.
When you're mentioning the production, and sometimes people misusing it, I'd like to talk about Medhai. I believe that you have chosen it in order to get away from that typical production sounding the same, because when I was looking at the list of these corporations, I was really glad that there were Deftones. I like some of their latest albums. Gore is amazing, also Koinoyan. And there was also Slayer, which he did God Hates Us All after their experiments with the new metal sound. I believe, from taking into consideration your amazing new album, is that Med managed to sort of find the best in each band, not to direct them, but to help them find the best sound.
Yeah, well, he was the engineer, so he basically was there to help me make the sound as good as possible. So if I had a guitar idea or a guitar tone idea, his job was to find that and to get the good drum sound, which he's really good at. And stuff like vocal mics and which ones are the right processes to use, all the stuff that I don't give a shit about. I mean, the stuff that's do I want to spend 20 years learning how to do all that stuff? No, because I don't want to be an engineer. I mean, I can engineer simple stuff at home, but he's a professional engineer and producer, so he came in as an engineer capacity there. He's done some stuff where he's engineered before, and he's just on that level. But I mean, yeah, he was certainly was a good partner in trying to find the right tones and everything, and make it sound as heavy as I wanted it to, without dumbing it down and making it sound like cleaner and glossier for alternative radio.
Absolutely. You mentioned a bit of the gear, so if you could, for us, mention some of the brands which you rely on a tour. Let's start with your Schecter's signature model.
Yeah, I got Schecter's. That they gave me a signature model for some reason, because I guess they think I can play guitar. And then I got Mesa Rookie triple rectifiers on my amps. So basically that's about it. I got some Dunlop pedals like a wah and stuff. Other than that, my rig's pretty simple. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my stuff too. Also the Schecter, the signature model that I use on stage, and then I just use hard key amps and heads, and basically like a tuning pedal. I have an overdrive pedal and like a chorus, which I use, maybe once or twice, like doing the whole thing.
So stable parts of your equipment. No recent cool discoveries within the effects and sort of that.
Oh, I mean, I like them. I've got a lot of cool effects that I like. I just don't bring them on the road that much. I don't think. I mean, I've got an Electromonics polychorus which I like to use as well. But it's Clint does a lot of that kind of stuff on the tone wise stuff. So I'm just really, my job live is just to do the rhythms and fucking hold it down. Clint's got he's got a Kemper head. So he's got all the tones and all the magic little fiddly bits of it, So he's the one who really sort of colours everything in, while the two of us are just percussion guys, basically.
Right.
Yeah, and I think bass. I mean, unless you're in a specific kind of band that needs it, I think bass just needs to be simple, man. Just get a cool tone and just use that. I mean, if you're in some weird pop band, you can do some wacky stuff. But for what we do, I think it'll just, make everything too noisy. You just keep it simple. Stupid.
If we still go back a little bit to the lyrics, I remember you mentioning that throughout the lyrics you sort of digest all sort of the frustrations and some bad moods. When you write the song, I was just wondering if when you're releasing that song and finalizing it, does the emotion go away, that bad emotion go away with the song, or when you're playing it live, does sort of that the negativity connect to the song, so that arouses?
It depends. There are good days and bad days. Some days you just play the song, and other days you go, fuck, this is really hitting me. Depends on how life in general is going. I mean, if you're having a good day, you play rock songs, and it's a fun time. If you're having a bad day, then suddenly all these songs mean a whole bunch of different shit for that day. Yeah, it's. I mean, for the most part, it's basically just, if you, there's some people out there that say that they feel every emotion, it's bullshit. You can't feel every emotion 6 times a week.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and then 250 times a year. It's like, there'll be some week where it hits you and you feel like this is a special day, or this is, this. I feel like for some reason I'm connecting with this song emotionally today. But for the most part, like I said, it's just, and it's not going through the motions. You're still having fun playing the songs, but you're not necessarily delving into the emotional vortex of the lyrics, right? You're just sort of going, well, these are lyrics.
So in order to go to somewhere more positive, what are some of your plans for the upcoming few months, and especially next year, because I can assume the rest of the year will be touring in Europe, Europe, and then towards the end of the year there's some US shows.
Yeah, I think we go home on the 19th of October, so we're going to go from here. We'll do, cross the rest of Europe and go to the UK and then take a month off, and then we'll do a month in the States, and then I think we'll take a month off. And then there's going to be, we're looking at definitely coming back for all the European festivals and all the big festivals. Maybe playing some shows in between those, but it's still early right now. We just switched management. Everyone's trying to figure it all out right now. There's definitely plans to do all that kind of stuff, and possibly going to Asia for the first time, which we're going to do. Maybe going back to South America, and then of course touring the US for the 25th time on one album. But yeah, it's gonna. I mean, we're actually the tour we're about to go back and do now. We've pretty much just toured those places like 2 months ago. So apparently, it's the right time to go back. Got to oversaturate it, man.
Yeah. For the final part, some short-term plans. What about tonight? There'll be a time for you to go to see your favorite bar in the world, as you mentioned.
I found
what was that? Chainsaw, baseball bat, and helmet. Was it Harley's?
It's no, you know James Dean?
Oh yeah.
It's just below James Dean. And I remembered when I was here, it was a 50s diner in James Dean, and I found it, and it's like 1.2 kilometers from here. And so you go into James Dean, you walk downstairs into the basement, like a cave bar downstairs. Yeah, and that's where they do that shot where they try to set you on fire and beat you over the head, and then
I've videoed
chainsaw you
him doing
head off. Yeah. So I definitely at least want to go back and visit it.
Yeah.
We've got about 7 hours after the show before we leave. What time do we leave? I think we leave at like 3 in the morning, and we finish. I think we finish at something ridiculous like 9:15 tonight.
Yeah.
But 9:30 we finish tonight. So.
But at 10 it starts 80s, 90s party.
Dude,
mix.
that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, wow. So there will be no time for you to go to James Dean tonight, at least for...
Oh, no, I'm definitely, I have to go do that again. At least I'm going to put somebody else through the experience.
Cool.
So I can watch it this time.
Thank you guys. Thank you a lot. Have a great show.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks.